Hello, welcome back to Universal Studios Florida. I about said Orlando. I guess you could call it Orlando. Sign does say Florida, so that's something I noticed when I was looking over here at Universal Studios sign. But we're here today to check out some of the Minion construction update. We're also going to talk a little bit about Halloween Horror Nights, look at some new merchandise as there's some new merchandise that has dropped. I think we're going to go over to Islands of Adventure as well because they closed down Poseidons Fury. Just kind of check in on the construction updates there as well. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been here, so looking forward to seeing what all has changed because there's a lot of changes coming to Universal Studios. So let's talk about it. Let's head in. We actually do have these turnstiles down, so it's a really long line to get in, but it only took me about 2 minutes to get in through the turnstiles, so it looks long, but it's not too bad. Kind of reminds me of Horror Nights, everybody waiting out there, but we made it. Universal Studios Orlando. We're gonna check out Minions Land, which is right here on the right-hand side. But before we talk Minions, let's head into the main merchandise shop, which is the Universal Studios store, right here on the main drag, because they have some Super Mario Brothers merchandise that I actually saw walking in on City Walk. But they've got some new Mario's merchandise. It is coming to Epic Universe, and it actually currently exists in the one in Hollywood. So obviously they've got some Super Mario merch. That's just a bounce ball back ball. They do have a water bottle. Mario and Bowser. Peach. Look at Toad. That's interesting. They've also got Luigi. You just got Luigi'd. There's Mario. Mushroom Kingdom. Here we come. Got a little Mario action figure with this little mystery box. Mushroom Kingdom on the back. Got a kid's tee. And there's a white version of that shirt. Mushroom Kingdom. And that's just Luigi. They do have some more action figures. So you got the van playset, the Super Mario Brothers movie. We'll have to check it out. All right, so this is what they're calling Minion Land. So you've got Villain Con right here on the right-hand side, Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem on the left-hand side, which already existed. But everything on the right-hand side that you see currently, it's going to be the new parts of Minion Land. You can actually see people working on the bakery. So this is pretty interesting. I mean, this has really progressed since we've been here last. So we're going to talk a lot about what's all coming, what it'll include, and what it means for Universal Studios, I think, going forward. Minion Mayhem's at 50 minutes currently. That's a good gauge on how crowded the park is. It's pretty crowded today. It's a Sunday, so a lot of the Florida schools are off starting this week, so a lot of them are, you're going to see a influx in the crowd size, I think, here at Universal Studios, because summer is here. So this is where the queue line will start for the Villain Con Minion Blast. Join Illumination's Minions at Villain Con and encounter Bell Bottom, John Claude, and the rest of the Vicious Six as you blast your way to Supervillain Stardom. It's all new, fun coming, summer of 2023 at Universal Studios Orlando. So this is Villains Con. You can see all the villains up on the actual facade itself. But I really do. I think this is a fantastic entrance into Villain Con. I'm really excited about this. So it's going to be like a gaming kind of thing where you're going to be shooting the villains, I think. So, or maybe the minions because you're a part of Villains Con. So that'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. It's a blaster game, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Universal kind of does as far as a new blaster game is concerned. And then Minion Mayhem, just to kind of explain what it is. It's kind of like a virtual roller coaster. You're going through the lab of Gru, and you're going through and seeing all the minions. And it's a virtual roller coaster, so you don't have to be that tall to ride it. It's great for kids. I think you put on some 3D glasses. You can get in a stationary one where it doesn't really drop or like move around a whole lot. So if you get motion sick, it's a fantastic ride. I highly recommend Despicable Me. Evil Stuff is that sign right there. It's actually on the exit of Villain Con. And what this is going to be, it just says that Super Silly Stuff and Evil Stuff are going to be the exits of the different attractions. And basically what it'll be is just your normal fun apparel, toys and souvenirs at Illumination Theater. Snap photos, so you can get photos of the minions here and then over at Super Silly Stuff. I think that's where actually the minions are currently. So yeah, you get all your minion stuff here, all your villain stuff here. I like that they've done this right across the street from each other and that this is the exit of Villain Con. So you're gonna get all your villain merchandise. But this building, last time we were here, it was completely just stripped of all the design. I mean, they had these on the wall before, but now they've got all the villains, I can't speak today, all the villain signs up here on this building. All right, we're gonna head into Super Silly Stuff. Just take a look around, see what they've got. You can see it's the exit to Despicable Me Minion Mayhem, the actual ride itself. But I just wanted to come in and see if they've got anything in particular that's new as far as merchandise is concerned. Because of the new announcements, I don't really see much. Although they did say all these popcorn buckets, so there's actually going to be a popcorn stand that are themed like the Minions, and we'll talk a little bit about it because it's unique. But they're going to have all these popcorn buckets, and I'm sure there's going to be tons of them just because Minions are taking over. So it's really exciting. I'm excited about the new popcorn buckets that are going to be coming and what they can possibly use as far as theming is concerned. Love it. That actually might be Kevin. I think that's Kevin. Don't know what that one's name. I gotta look the names up for the Minions. I really do love them. They are fantastic in their movies. So I don't know. I'm kind of getting wrapped up in all the hype around the Minions because of the new land. But I loved them before, so I'm really excited to see what's to come as far as the Minions are concerned. I think do they have a name? Dang. Little plushie. Oh, this is like the little dog. Oh, shoot. I love it. These are fun. They're like rubber mugs. So, I mean, those would be great for kids. Drink their milk out of, or hot cocoa. Probably not giving kids coffee, but it has their names on it. And they're rubber, so you're not going to worry about them breaking. I love these. These are bracelets. Little onesie here. Or you can put it on your dog. That's a dog one. That's a baby one. That was really confusing. So they do have lounge flies as well with the Minions on it. He's got braces on. You can dress a Minion to get him in his little undies and also get him pajamas. So these are kind of like those new emos, but they're bigger plushies. So that's fun. It's kind of like a Build-A-Bear kind of thing. I mean, they're the basic Minions, but you get to dress them up. It's always exciting. More plush. This is just a normal backpack, no? Yeah, it doesn't look like it's lounge flies, so just a normal backpack.
If I get my niece anything, it's gonna go.
Got like the toothpick holders and the shot glasses. And like a mug with a stir. And then like a smaller bag and fanny pack. Got some boxer briefs. Some long PJs. I don't do mornings. That is correct. No, it's not too bad. Mornings aren't, right? Sometimes. I like that shirt. They're sparkly. You can't really see. There you go. You can kind of see it sparkles. Pretty sure Agnes wears this, right? Little backpack. It's her bear, maybe? Got Bob over here. Booyah. Bob wearing all of his little outfits. I love Tim. That's a lot of fun. See, now the ride's letting out, so all these people are gonna come through into the store, so it'll get pretty crowded. But yeah, just some Minion merch. They got all the stuffed animals. I think we saw all this. That's a cute little overall. You can dress your kid like a Minion. We also have allergic to mornings. Same. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, so I'll show you, but there's Agnes in her little pink suit with her little unicorn. But they got beach towels for the Minions. And then also back here, typically you can meet some of the Minions. They'll bring them in here and you can actually meet them, which I think this is sticking around. So you can actually meet them after you get off the ride. And you got Agnes's unicorns back here. All the unicorn merch.
Let's go.
I like that. It's looks like a little diary there. Unicorns on the hat. Oh, she's got a glass. Is this glass? Yeah, it feels yeah, it's plastic. I thought that was glass. I was like, that's pretty brave. No, they're just plastic. Oh, that's a backpack. Okay. It's not just a plush, it's a backpack. And then you've got the actual plush here for the unicorn. And then you got like the pillow pet. Keychains. Got some pins, Minion pins. So that's fun. Little handheld fans. They got some lanyards as far as the Minions are concerned too. Some keychains, lanyards. Got the little metal figurines, but then you've got these hand fans. I like those a lot. They kind of look like waffles. I don't know why that is. I love that. I'm not going to guess what language that is. I don't know. You get a photo op too with this Funko Pop. Giant Funko, the unicorn. Get your cotton candy. Ooh, there's some sweets. So you might actually, you're of course going to see these in that Bake My Day sweet shop. Banana flavored. That's a theme that we're going to talk a little bit about. Because they also have these yummy bananas. They used to have the hard candies that would taste like bananas as well. Gummy candies. That little birthday cake toe bites. That's interesting. Agnes got some gummy unicorns. And then you got chewy unicorn treats. I wonder if those are sour. They kind of look like they would be, wouldn't they? Minions. Lots of Minions. Free falling. There's Kevin. So I think that is Kevin that we've been saying. Kevin's tall. It's a kid's tea. And then just looking around, they got some figurines. They also have a drink cooler too right before you head out. But it is right across the street from VillainCon, and then now you can get an even better glimpse as to what the bake shop's going to look like. So Bake My Day. So a little bit about this Bake My Day sweet shop. This is going to be on the other side of, I guess, the Minion Cafe. And basically what it's going to be is just a Minion-themed bakery that's going to include cupcakes, macarons, s'mores, and more. There is one that currently exists in Beijing, Universal Beijing. So I'm going to, I guess, try to find photos of that and put that in here now. Kind of what it looks like on the interior, but from what I've gathered, it's a all pink interior. It's very bright, very fun, very colorful. It should be a lot of fun because I think when you look inside of it, it's going to have all the different sweet treats that you'll have, but you also have some, I think, packaged goods and packaged sweets that we don't really get to see, but that are themed to the actual Minions itself. So I'm really excited about that. And then it says right on the outside, right around this area too, and I think it's going to be around the other side, but I'll just kind of mention it here as we talk about it. There's going to be a freeze ray pop stand, which is going to be a small service window featuring a variety of color popsicles, and it's going to be inspired by Gru, the Minions, and Vector. So looking forward to that. But this is a beautiful, beautiful outside and facade for this new bake shop. So that looks like it from the pictures that I can see. That's going to be the popsicle shop, it looks like. And then this is the Bank of Evil. I don't know what that's going to be about. I'm assuming it's going to be merchandise. I'm going on it, just thinking it might be, just because there's two merchandise shops down this way, Evil stuff and Super Silly stuff, but I think that that's going to be merchandise as well. It says Bank of Evil right there on that sign, like penciled in. It's kind of interesting. Kind of see a rough sketch of what the cafe sign is kind of looking like. But over here is the Minions Cafe. So it's on the backside of like Transformers, which is that blue building in behind there. So the actual cafe itself, Universal said that they have they've announced that there are going to be nearly 20 items inspired by the characters of the Minions and Despicable Me series, including Otto's Noodle Bowl, Carl's Crispy Cauliflower, Agnes's Honeymoon Soup, that's weird, and the Steak and Cheese Ray Sandwich. A kid's menu will include Mini Boss Mega Melt, and for dessert, there will be a Bob's Teddy Bear Chocolate Cream Puff. So I'll actually put in the photos just so you can kind of look at them. But looking at this food, I mean, the Otto's Noodles looks great. I think it's going to be kind of that, like, it looks like kind of like ramen, I guess, is what it's going for. I don't know. It's like a noodle bowl, so I'm assuming that's kind of what it's going to get that broth too. You also have a look and you can see this Carl's Crispy Cauliflower. So it's going to be a vegetarian option, which if you've not had their crispy cauliflower here at Universal, It's actually phenomenal. We actually had some of it for Halloween Horror Nights. It was kind of like the guts or something at the old, I forget what the actual butcher shop's called at Halloween Horror Nights, the booth, what it was called. But it's great. It's fantastic. Great veggie option. They also have Agnes's honeymoon soup. Very interesting look. It's green. It's going to be like a pea soup. It kind of looks like it's going to be, maybe. And it's got like that little sandwich next to it as well. So I'm excited about that. This steak and cheese raised sandwich looks phenomenal, kind of like an Arby's sandwich. And it looks like there's going to be plantains with it, or plantain chips, which that'll be fantastic as well. Then you look at the mini boss mega melt. So that's going to be that kid's meal. And then they also have that cute little teddy bear called Bob. And it's a chocolate cream puff. I'm really excited about this. So all these food options look phenomenal, but they're going to have 3 different areas. So the kitchen, where guests will get a glimpse into the equipment the Minions have been using to whip up the cafe's menu. The break room, where they'll dine in the Minions break space, and includes everything from office safety tips to vending machines stocked with mischievous items. And then dining room, a vibrant space adorned with colorful artwork, courtesy of the Minions and more. There will also be an outdoor patio, which I think you can kind of see it up under here, over here near the popcorn stand that we'll talk about, because the popcorn stand has got some unique things coming to it as well. Nothing else is really mentioned, just the banana flavored popcorn. I'm sure they're going to have other things like pop icicles and stuff like that. Maybe you get some popsicles there too. But yeah, it's going to be Minion themed. I love the outside of it. We'll get kind of closer and look at the actual facade with the Minions sitting on top of it. So you can kind of see the Minions up above there. That's awesome. I love that so much. Love that facade. But this blue wall goes all the way around here, and then Transformers is going to be on the back side back here by this exit right here of the Minions little area. So Minions Land, I guess, stops right here, and then you've got like where the bars are typically for Halloween Horror Nights and the different festivals. But this looks like it'll be Minions all the way back up in here. So that building back there is where the cafe is going to be. It'll stop right here, and then you switch over into Transformers. One last check, 45 minutes for Minion Mayhem. But like, what you see what I mean? Like Rock and Roller Coasters, or not Rock and Roller Coaster, Rip Ride Rockets right there. They can't really go that way. So this is it for Minions Land. I do like the little area that they're adding there, but there's not a lot of space to go right here in this main plaza. Now I think it's going to be really interesting when they add Minions Land, because that front of that park gets so congested during Horror Nights, and it's not even one of the best scare zones usually. There's usually not a whole lot except for the icons maybe hanging out up there. It gets very crowded. I'm very interested to see, are they going to kind of expand outward somehow? Could you possibly see the end of Transformers? I don't know. I don't know if it's popular enough to kind of keep it around. You know, just kind of speculating. I don't know anything as far as Transformers is concerned and just how popular that ride is. It typically does not have a long wait along with Spider-Man, because they're kind of that similar ride where you just get in and it's a video screen, but it'll be interesting. I really want to see what Minions Land has to offer. I think the food's going to be great and a good addition to Universal, because Universal for a while here struggled with park food, but now that they've got like the Crepe Place, Today Cafe, they're starting to add more into like Broomsticks and like Hog's Head and different restaurants like that. I think it's made it much easier to enjoy a meal here, where it used to be very basic food. So Universal's food game is going through the roof. So I'm really excited to see what Minions is all about. But we're gonna head around, see what else we can see here in Universal Studios. The reason I kind of cut that short, that last clip, is because Jurassic Park's 30th anniversary tribute store is going in right there where the annual pass holder lounge used to be. I've already got the facade, so it's coming soon. It's not open yet. They just got rid of Mardi Gras. And it now goes from that store over into the dark room, over into Williams of Hollywood, is where those stores now connect. And that's one big, long tribute store. I think it's a great area for a tribute store, because back there in that main scare zone back there in New York, it used to get really crowded. Now you don't really have that problem. We're gonna head into the Five and Dime, because they've got some Halloween Horror Nights merch. Right when you walk in, they've got Child's Play, Chucky. That's terrifying. But Chucky is the only official announcement as far as Halloween Horror Nights houses are concerned. So yeah, this is like where you'll find all the new released Halloween Horror Nights merch, and I'll show you the actual official merch here in about a couple of seconds, but they just let out. I love that they're doing this. So the original horror show, you've got Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, you've got the sea creature, you've got Mummy, And you're also going to have Dracula and Wolfman. So all your classical monsters, which it seems like it's going to be a staple house. They're just going to kind of rotate the legendary monsters into different areas and different themed haunted houses for Halloween Horror Nights. But they always have your classical monster merch here. They got, oh wow, they've got, these are great Christmas ornaments. Sounds like it's going to be Universal Monsters, possibly Paris this year. So people are thinking Hunchback, Phantom of the Opera kind of stuff. But I'm interested to see if that's actually going to be the case. I don't think it will be, but I guess we'll see. Because they've done so well with these monsters, I'm kind of interested to see how they can kind of progress these stories, like a Bride. Like they've done Bride, so I guess you could do like a Wolfman. Oh, I love these, like the movie posters of their classical monsters. And these really have become staples over the last couple of years. And then you got your normal Universal Studios. Apollo 13, great movie. But I love this. Lean in, Universal. Keep using your legendary monsters. Excuse me, sir. Have you seen the Halloween Horror Nights merchandise? I can't seem to find it. This is a fun couple of statues in here. Lifelike. Could you imagine if they put somebody real here and they just moved? Oh my goodness. I do have some of the HHN 32 merch. We've got the hat. See you in the fog. Yes, you will. They also have the mug. 16 bucks. That's actually not too bad for a mug. And then they've got the magnet. Yeah, I don't see the end of the fog shirt, which is very interesting. So I'm guessing it's sold out currently. I guess we'll walk back through the other big stores through the park and see if we can find it, but I don't see it. I mean, these are great. Don't get me wrong. Love these classic monster shirts. But yeah, I don't know where their shirt is. I don't see the end of the fog shirt. So I don't think they currently sell it. Just the stuff that we showed you in that front little section. So I'm really excited to see what they've got as far as the Jurassic Park 30th Anniversary Tribute Store. And again, this tribute store is new. They've located it here, I think just because of the bottleneck that it created back in New York. But it's fantastic because they closed Williams of Hollywood and the dark room, and they now use it as, they were using it as the annual pass lounge, and then sometimes some souvenirs and stuff over here. But they completely now use the dark room and Williams of Hollywood as part of the tribute stores. So Jurassic Park's tribute store here, and then soon that'll make way, I'm assuming, for Halloween Horror Nights. So really looking forward to this. Pretty exciting update. There's a lot of stuff coming to Universal Studios over the next coming months. You've got Minions Land, you've got Jurassic Park's tribute store coming. You've got a bunch of announcements obviously coming for HHN 32. I'm really looking forward to summer here at Universal. I think we'll be back quite a bit, kind of update you on what's going on here. Tons of construction, tons of updates. Epic Universe is coming. So much exciting things coming from Universal Studios Orlando. So definitely keep watching for all those videos because it's going to be a blast this summer. When I come to Universal, I don't know if anybody else says this, but because I love Horror Nights so much, and I walk through here, and there's no Horror Nights stuff up, it's just sad to me. But we're only about 100 days until Horror Nights, so it's getting very close. Well, this is interesting. I haven't been here since these stands have been here. However, food booths used to be here, so like for Mardi Gras and stuff. They're not currently doing food booths right here. They've got all the ET merchandise. If you haven't been here in a while, it's very confusing because they tore down all of this. This used to be the Kitty Coaster, Woody the Woodpecker, I think it was. Curious George was back here. Barney, gone. But, oh, ET's 35. I don't think we're gonna do it. It was a lot shorter than that today. But yeah, ET's now back here, and you go in through there. But their gift shop's closed, so that makes sense. I think their gift shop's closed, which is why all the carts are out here now. With all of this gone, the kids section where there were kid coasters, Shrek and Donkey were back there. I think they're all underneath the DreamWorks like umbrella. I think they're gonna have a lot of that kind of stuff. So like Kung Fu Panda or Trolls. I think those are all DreamWorks. So I'm excited to see what happens. But again, it's pretty interesting back here now just because It's never really crowded back here unless it's Horror Nights, but it's also not a busy day. So, all right, we're gonna head back this way. I think we're gonna head back and see the construction. I think that's still going on by Men in Black, maybe, and then kind of wrap around the rest of the park. Twirl Hurl is still here in Springfield, but the game where you hit the hammer as hard as you can, try to ring the bell at the top, that's gone, completely gone. So I don't know if they took them and are working on them and bringing them back. Nothing's been announced here, so I don't really know what's coming. But yeah, some area right here in Springfield that they could add some stuff. So interested to see what happens. We're gonna walk back here, see if there is construction going on. There was construction back here. I think they were just working on, there must be some plumbing issues or something, or concrete or sewage or something back here, because walls will go up, walls will come down, walls will go up, walls will come down. But again, nothing really. They've just, looks like, yeah, they've just worked on the sidewalk here. So nothing huge to announce, but that's where some of your Horror Nights houses will be, your tents. Right back there. 2 entrances into it. So Men in Black does have a single rider's line. Just on the right-hand side here. It's 25 minutes. Decently long for Men in Black, not too bad. So still nothing in the Fear Factor Live theater. Obviously the Horror Nights stuff is still gonna be here. But like, I would think they would do something with this theater. I don't know. Seems weird that it just sits empty, but I guess we'll see what happens over the coming months. No announcements yet until we get to Horror Nights, I don't think. Epic Universe is slated to open summer of 2025 now, which I think does have some kind of impact on people visiting the area, with Walt Disney World's 50th ending, and then Epic Universe not opening until 2025. If you're saving money to come to Central Florida, why not save it until 2025, right? So I think we're gonna kind of get into a sweet spot here where it might be a good time to come to the parks, because they really have not been as crowded as they normally are in May and leading up into May. Spring break wasn't crowded at all. Easter wasn't crowded at all. So it might be time to come if you're coming to Central Florida. Even though Epic Universe isn't here, there's still tons to do and tons of stuff opening in the next coming months and years. So definitely head to Central Florida if you're thinking about it. Buy the tickets, because it's not been as crowded. Hogwarts train is still down, and it's been down all morning. So the only way to get to the other park is walk. But let's go back this way. And I don't think there's any more construction, so I think we're gonna head over to Islands of Adventure. Oh yeah, Mummy's back, by the way. 45-minute wait. Oh my goodness, that girl can sing. 45 minutes for Mummy. Haven't ridden it since it's been back up, and I'm not riding that today. Although the single riders is open, so I could if I wanted to. But I can't take you on the ride, so what fun is that? It's so we're not seeing Food Festival booths here. It's so strange. But that's a new booth right there, and it's got really good food. So definitely check it out. But it's really quiet back here now. No longer is the tribute store there, so there's nobody back here. There's no summer stuff. That's where it would have been. So it's, I don't know what they're gonna do with this building. I'm interested, because they're gonna definitely do something, I'd imagine, because that's a really big building. So I could see them using that as Horror Nights. And we've made it to Islands of Adventure, where adventure awaits. And dinosaurs. See, I told you, adventure begins here. Let's talk about it. So I made the switch over. It takes like 5 minutes to walk from Universal Studios over to Islands of Adventure. I do have the preferred pass, so I get to hop between parks. Hogwarts Express was down. That's the way I like to get to this park. But honestly, I think this is definitely just a shorter walk. If you can walk it, definitely do that. Whoa, hey, look at that guy. Look at him screen. I don't think people know that he existed. I didn't know he existed. I don't know who that is. Look like Mr. Smee. It's not Mr. Smee. It's a wrong park. But lots of rumors over here in this park. We're gonna head back by Poseidon's Fury and talk about it, but it's pretty interesting. So last time we were here, Poseidon's Fury did actually close permanently. And there's a lot of speculation as to what's going into that part of the park, because that part of the park is large. There was an old theater back there where they used to do a stunt show. It's gone. And now that Poseidon's gone, there's a lot of room back there to build. So let's go back there and talk about what the rumors are and maybe some speculation. There it is. Poseidon's Fury, or as we like to call it, closed. So again, I'll link the video to the last time we were here when we did Poseidon's Fury, but it is currently gone. The signs and everything. So the question remains, what are they gonna do? Because this theater is massive. If you've ever done Poseidon's Fury, You know how big it is. So a lot of people are curious, what's gonna happen? Now, there's a stunt show that used to be back there behind this theater, but now this massive theater and all of this land, and then plus that land over there where that theater was, it's all lays empty. So that's where the conversation comes in, where we were just talking about it. Many people wanted Lord of the Rings. Don't think that's gonna happen. I think what's gonna happen is, more realistically, I think Zelda's coming. So yes, it's not confirmed. This is just speculation. But the Zelda rumors and the Zelda news actually makes more sense to me than it would Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is much more of a piece to acquire, I think, now, because Amazon owns them and the rights to like their films and creative rights. Whereas Zelda is Nintendo. And if you know anything about the Hollywood Universal and now Epic Universe, Super Mario Brothers Land is over here. And so this just makes sense, right? I think Zelda makes sense in this area. It's adventure. It makes a lot of sense as far as like an island. It would be completely different in theming. And I think it's kind of got that New Zealand, Scotland feel to it. Very green, very vibrant. I think it would be a perfect piece right here. So if they can get the rights to it, I do think Zelda makes a lot more sense than anything else that I've ever heard as far as rumors and speculation. But nothing confirmed, nothing announced. This is just speculation, but that's the biggest rumor that exists right now with Universal Studios. They do have Poseidon's Fury last day t-shirts still. So the final tour was May 9th. I like that they do this. This is actually pretty cool. What a collector item that would be though. I'm back here before Toon Lagoon. This theater too has still not been used for anything besides going up and just relaxing in. So interested to see if they do anything here too. So we're heading back into like their superhero park. Spider-Man over in Japan, the ride, is actually closing. And so now obviously speculation is abound about it possibly switching over here too. Disney owns Marvel, but Universal still has the rights to have them in their theme parks east of the Mississippi River. So there's still like this ongoing battle between Disney and Universal. Universal, I guarantee you, is struggling to really want to give this up because Disney does own it and will just completely take over and start building, I think, a lot of superhero stuff, and Disney will knock it out of the park. I think Universal doesn't want that to happen, so Universal's kind of held on to it. But with the way Universal has kind of gone and how successful they've been in their expansion, how great all their stuff has been since they've started building more and more and expanding, Universal is actually probably a little bit more lenient now and starting to kind of let maybe Disney take over Marvel, and then Universal doing something completely different here because of how great they have been creatively. So, I don't know. Interested. This is always an interesting part for me just because I do think eventually Universal gives way, and then I think this becomes something else. But again, just speculation on my part. Again, it couldn't happen. If it doesn't happen, then I wouldn't be too shocked. But I guess, I don't know, Universal could do a ton with all this stuff and all this land because they really have done a great job creatively. I do know that they were doing an annual pass entrance right there, but it doesn't look like they're doing it anymore. I think it was supposed to run until the 26th. But a thing that I just saw that was very interesting, if you have a service animal, they actually have a little spot over here. You can take your animal and they can do their business here. That's fun. Huh. That's a really good idea. So that'll do it for our day here at Universal Studios Orlando. We did Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. Saw all the construction updates as far as Minions are concerned. Really excited about Minions and the things to come with Minions. I think Illuminations, also DreamWorks, any of those studios, Nintendo, I think they're so willing to work with Universal at this point. I think they could really add a lot of things to these parks with a lot of the stuff going down, with a lot of the lands that they could basically give up and just tear down completely and start anew. I think Universal is kind of like this blank canvas that they could really use besides Harry Potter. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of room to grow here at Universal Studios. It's getting really exciting over here at this park. There's a lot of announcements coming. There's a lot of things coming this summer. With Halloween Horror Nights coming, it being one of the biggest events that we have here in Central Florida, money just coming in for Universal. I think there's a lot of room for expansion. Jurassic Park is becoming massive. I mean, I'm really excited about Universal and all the expansion that's coming. So if you're excited, leave in the comments below what you're excited about for Universal, maybe some of the speculation we talked about as well. Are you excited for any of those properties coming to Universal as well? What about Epic Universe? We have a whole nother park opening up in 2025, which we hope to be there and going through that experience together. But if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. We really enjoy taking you through these parks. We really like coming out here to Universal. Can't wait for Halloween Horror Nights. We're about 102 days, I think, from when this video goes on live. We're about 102 days from Halloween Horror Nights. It's really exciting. So we'll be covering that stuff as soon as it starts to pop up, which should be coming up in the next month or two when they start to release frequent fear passes and stuff like that, but also putting up some of the HHN stuff. So thanks for watching the video. We hope to see you guys in the next video, and we hope to see you guys at the parks.